The third eye, it is believed, is able to help you to determine who you are based on your presence in the universe. Now, a lot of us come on this planet and leave this planet without ever achieving that awareness because we're so consumed with what is going on around us and outside of us that we're very connected to the strictures and structures of society. The third eye allows you to be able to form an opinion of who you are outside of those strictures and structures of society. So what they say is that when your third eye is open, you know who you are, truly who you are, and you know who you are within the context of this universe, not within the context of society.
Is it not written in your law that ye are gods? You understand what I'm saying? So it just depends on what level you own based on, whether you're human or whether you're immortal.
At these brothers. Man, you want me to tell you why life seems mundane? Why life seems boring? You know, like I always say, man, it seems like all we're supposed to do is work, sleep, and pay taxes. Like that's what life is. You know what I'm saying? You want to know why life seems boring? Do you want to know why life seems to go in cycles that you can never get out of? And everybody goes through cycles, man, but it's a matter of learning within those cycles and figuring out how to get out of that and get to the next level. But do you want to know why some people's lives go in cycles from the age of 18 until 118? I'm going to tell you, brothers. Do you want to know why people go in and out of states of depression throughout their whole lives? Or go into a state of depression and just never come out? Do you want me to tell you exactly why people experience these things? It's because you're scared to be God, brothers.
What the oh shit.
It's simply because you're scared to be God. Now I'm gonna pause for a second because I know this is where a lot of people clutch pearls. This is where a lot of people say, well, what he said? This is where a lot of people hit the unsubscribe button. This is where a lot of people hit the thumbs down and never come back. I'm fully aware of that. Because see, I can talk about the problems we're facing all day. I can talk about the scenarios we see on a regular basis. I can talk about the 304s. I can talk about the Jezebels. I can talk about where we are. But as soon as I talk about where we need to be, oh, it's crickets, brothers. It's crickets. You're scared to be God. You're scared to walk like you're him.
You gotta be him. I'm him. I'm slash him.
You are not him. You are not him. No. You are not him.
No, I'm not him. I'm just him.
No.
And y'all know when I say that, I'm not saying that from a state of we are the creator, but I'm saying it from a state of we are made in the image of the creator, and we should be conducting ourselves accordingly. And a lot of people aren't having the I'll say a fulfilled human experience. It's simply because they aren't even playing the game right. They aren't even getting in character. They aren't even attempting to live in the image of that source that created us. But why? Why, soul? I'll say it's because, first off, I'll say it's because nobody told you that you were supposed to. Nobody really told you were supposed to do that. And you gotta understand this. You gotta understand this. A lot of people are in a at an advantage point by you not knowing it. A lot of people will continue to win. A lot of people will continue to thrive and prosper simply because you don't know you're supposed to be walking in a certain light. And I can talk about all the majors, even some churches, not all, and I won't even say most, but a lot of our religious institution of all factions, of all religions, right? A lot of them understand that they won't thrive, or they don't think they will thrive if you know who you really are. You know what I'm saying? If you know who you really are, and you have the ability to say, hey, you know what? I'm in a place where I'm going to exit this platform and go somewhere else and learn something else. They don't want you to know that. Like they don't want to fill your cup enough where you say, okay, I need more now. They want a lot of institutions want to keep you in a level of darkness to where you have to keep coming back every single week. Keep coming back every single week. If I own a church, if I'm in a church, if I'm running a church, if I'm a pastor of a church, my goal as being a minister on that pulpit is to fill every single person's cup in those pews, so that one day they leave and start a whole new church. That's my goal. You got to understand. I remember back when I was young, man. I'm sure it still happens. Back when I was young, man, I stayed in a small town, by 70, 80,000 people. And I can remember when people would leave churches, it would be big news. It'd be almost like gossip. Oh, so-and-so, sister so-and-so went down to this church. Or this person came down to that church. Now we got to send a letter and da-da-da-da-da. And it was almost like a war against ministers. You know what I'm saying? Looking back, I'm like, bro, what was going on? So you got to understand, a lot of people win by you not knowing who you are. Let's leave religion to the side. Let's look at the medical field. If you knew who you were, if you knew what you were capable of, the medical field wouldn't be the medical field. They're basing their success on you being there for the rest of your life. They're basing their success not on you knowing who you are and healing yourself, but come back, take 2 of these and call me back in the morning type shit. That's the medical business. They don't want you to know you're God. Oh, they don't want you to know that you can heal yourself. That would be a crutch to their business. So I'm saying a lot of people win by you not knowing who you are. Even the job you're at right now. You've been at your job for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Got all kind of ribbons and buttons and trophies and cups and dinners you went to by them saying, hey, thank you for giving us your service. Thank you for making this company more profitable. But even they don't want you to know who you are. Because if they really did, what they would be saying is, you know what, Brother John, you've been running that forklift, man. You've been running that crane. You know, you've been running that dump truck. Oh, you've been working that Excel program. You've been doing XYZ. You've been stocking these shelves. You've been doing whatever you've been doing all this time. You've mastered a skill. Do you know that you can take that skill, walk out of those doors, and do the exact same thing I'm doing? They won't tell you that, brothers. They won't tell you that, sisters. They don't want you to know what you're capable of. So I'm saying society as a whole really won't tell you because if people aren't walking in a certain energy, they won't win by you knowing who you are. They think they'll take an L, or they will take an L strictly because the way they're moving. They don't want you to know who you are, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to that medical field and that employment field. I love this right here, man, in Master Key System. Y'all know this is one of my favorite books. At least my brothers in the circle know it's one of my favorite books, man. And there's a line in here, man, where Charles Hannah was just talking about the power of the mind, man. He says, all conditions are thought creations and therefore entirely mental. Disease and lack are simply mental conditions in which the person fails to perceive the truth. As soon as the error is removed, the condition is removed. In other words, what Hannah was saying is, once you know who you are, your money problem will be solved. That health ailment that's been bothering you since 1989 will be gone once you understand the truth, once you understand who you are. So you got to understand, man, society as a whole, man, it doesn't even want you to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Another reason is why a lot of people are scared to be God is simply because it means you have to go somewhere. It means that you have to mentally and spiritually go somewhere you've never been. It means you have to cross the gun line, boss. It means you have to cross the gun line. In my book, A Singular Truth, man, I call it, that grand ocean. I call it, of course, the awakening. Once you cross that vast ocean, when you get to the point where you can no longer do it in the physical, where you have to completely become something else and go somewhere else, that full awakening, like you're different. Meaning, when I say you're different, meaning you're one with God. You know what I'm saying? And you really can't walk in something you've never really experienced. I love how the Bible says, and I don't know where it is. Somebody can look it up. I love how the Bible says, and it says something like, there are many of you who claim to know God, but you don't. Something like that. And it might have been the messenger saying that. Many of you say you know God, but you don't. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I heard that back in third grade, just like y'all did. I heard it over the span of time, and it wasn't until my 40s when I understood what that was really saying. It said exactly what it means. Like in our minds, we think that since we get up and go and pay our tithes and go to church and go and pray and go and prostrate toward Mecca and go and eat the bread and go and get the water splashed on our forehead and all these other religious ceremonies, we think we think we're a part of the all. No, brothers, it don't work like that. Those are beautiful things to partake in, but that don't mean you connected. You have to go somewhere. You have to go somewhere this physical body won't go, man. You have to go somewhere in your mind and in your spirit that very few people go. Very few people know God. Very few people know God, man. A lot of people think they do. Very few people know God. And again, in the book of Singular Truth, and I talk about how all is one. If you don't understand how all is one, then you really can't even have that conversation. You can't have that conversation. I know we all have differences. I know we can all point the finger and say some people are doing whatever, whatever is life. But at the end of the day, if there is one person on the planet that's moving in any fashion, moving in any way, and you see that person as somebody other than yourself, you aren't connected, bro. Go tell whoever you want to say. Go tell whoever you want to tell. Soul said it. If you look at somebody on the other side of the globe and they look different, they pray different, their skin is different, their religion is different, their political affiliation is different, their values are different, the way they do anything is different, and you see them other than being you, you don't know God, bro. You just don't. Like, you have to understand until you see all, and we talk about this in a circle all the time. Like, and I might have said this on a YouTube video. where I talked about the two greatest commandments. Love God with all your heart. Love your brother like you love yourself. That's the key. That's the master key to life. That doesn't just help you navigate the world as a righteous man. It gives you the keys to the kingdom. It gives you the goggles to see the world like God sees it. And you can't move as God would move if you can't see the world as God would see it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people haven't even found that oneness. And I'm gonna tell you this is one way you can tell if you found that oneness, if you connected to the all. You no longer put people in you no longer rank people. Let me say it like that. You no longer rank people. You know, a lot of people, man, when they ask you, hey, what do you do for a living? Or what part of town do you live in? Or what school did you go to? What kind of car do you drive? It's not that they really care about, those particular things. What they're trying to figure out is, how should I speak to you? How should I treat you? Where should I put you on my totem pole of people in my life? They're still putting you in some kind of rank structure. You aren't connected to the all when you think like that. When you look at TV and you see celebrities, and then you look at the homeless man and you see him and you see somebody different. You see those two people different. You know what I'm saying? Like I have some brothers of mine, man, that are probably making minimum wage, probably, flipping burgers. They are my brothers. I got some brothers that are making 3 or 4 times, maybe more than that than me. They are my brothers. When we in the same room, there is no difference between any of us. Because we're all moving in that same faction. Shout out to my brothers in the power circle. We're all moving in the same faction. I've never seen a group of men get in the room from all walks of life, from different countries, from different financial backgrounds, from different professional careers, and see all each other as equal brothers. Don't nobody care what you drive, what you got, what you don't got. We don't care if you're living under a bridge or living in a mansion. All is one, man. So the reason why a lot of people are scared to be God, because it means you have to go to that place. It means you have to go to that place, and going to that place goes against who you are. It goes against who you are. You're still looking at skin color. You're still looking at income levels to gauge everybody. Oh, no, brother, you'll never see God. Soul didn't say it. That's just the way it is, man. It's just the way it is. So you have to understand, man, that all is one, right? And I'll say the third thing is this. The third reason why people are scared to be God is simply because they're scared to create. They're scared to create. Like everybody talks about their vision. Everybody talks about their New Year's resolutions. Everybody talks about their 3, 5, and 10-year plan. But very few people have the gonads, have the courage, have the heart to put the work in, to live like God instructed us to, and create that thing. Very few people. And create that thing. Why, soul? Everybody wants a better life. Everybody wants more income. Everybody wants more health. Everybody wants a perfect relationship. Everybody wants to see the world. Everybody wants that corner office. Yeah, everybody wants it, but not too many people ready to put that work in. Not too many people are ready to create, brothers. And what I mean by that is, it's not that they're scared of obtaining that new thing. They're afraid of the massive change that comes with it. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of the massive change that comes with it. Because I'm gonna tell you this: before you get to that land of milk and honey you're trying to create, Oh, it's going to get dark first. It's going to get dark first. Like you're going to take some mini L's, or you're going to learn some mini lessons in between you getting to that promised land. Oh, you're going to lose a little money. The world is going to fall apart. You might go through a divorce. You might go through a loss of a job before you get there, bro. And a lot of people don't want to go through that to get there. They're scared to create. They're scared to create, man. I'm not sure if y'all are part of the monthly masterclass I have, man. If not, I'll leave a link. This month's masterclass, man, I need to post that date. I'll post that date tonight or tomorrow, man. But get signed up for it. This month's masterclass is going to be about how to create your own storm. How to create your own storm. Because you got to understand, creation can't take place without chaos. Creation can't take place without chaos. And what I mean by that is, think about any time in your life you've made massive growth. You've left your city, or you've done something, whatever. You've had a quantum leap of some sort. There was a little storm that took place before you got there. Nobody is just frolicking through a bed of roses through life, just leaping after leaping without taking no losses. It doesn't happen. Like, there has to be a storm, but there has to be chaos before creation can take place. So this month's masterclass, man, is talking about how to create that storm. Don't wait on life to fall apart. Like learn the quarterback life. Learn how to go through that storm. Learn how to go through that thing, but learn how to create it. That's part of alchemy, bro. Learn how to create your storm, man. So yeah, definitely get signed up for that, man. We definitely going in this month, man. Definitely going in. But again, man, you can't be scared to be God. And I know for a small percentage of y'all that you might have been subscribed here for a few days or a few weeks, and you probably like, what is he saying? Blasphemy. You can't be scared to be God, man. Like this life, it won't even make sense unless we get on that program. Think about this, man. If we're not even subscribed to that way of living and thinking, of living in our highest authority, living with no fear, living as if we can create whatever we want, living like we belong to the source that created all things, there's an energy associated with that, brothers. There's an energy associated with that you don't even have to tell anybody. You ain't got to wear no t-shirt that says me and God are one. When you walk in that energy, the world knows it. The world knows it. The cashier that's checking you out when you're getting groceries, she knows it. She knows there's something else about you that very few people have. She might not have a name for it. When you go in the bank and deposit that check, that teller, they know it. Your pastor, they know it. Your manager, they know it. When that cop pulls you over, he or she knows it. When you're standing in court, that judge knows it. Everybody knows it when you walk in it. And the world bends to it. Let me say that again. The world bows to it. The world prostrates to that energy that we're supposed to be walking in. So why reduce yourself to being a black man? Why reduce yourself to being a Democrat or a Republican? Why reduce yourself to only being a Christian, Muslim, and the other religions, man? And I'm not saying don't take part in those things, but don't cap it off right there, man. Stop being scared to be God.